It is suitable for general family viewing.
Hi and welcome to KILIMO Diaries. My name is Violet Njeki and today it's all about fertilizers, and that is why I took a trip down to Organix Limited, and we're going to learn about the different kind of fertilizers that they have, and they're also going to explain to us and show us how to use these fertilizers so that you can get the best out of your products, out of your crops, can yield the best that you can take to the market and even use at home. And joining me is Noel, one of their members, and she's going to explain to us exactly what we need to know today about the Organix Limited. Karibu sana.
Hi Violet, nice to meet you.
And you too.
My name is Noel, Noel Nahayo. We at Organix, we deal with providing safe farm inputs for farming, and our focus is mainly to ensure that we have sustainable and regenerative farming in the country.
Okay, so when you talk about Organix Limited, what are the products that we find under the Organix Limited?
Under Organix Limited, when we talk about products, we have classified our products into 4 main areas that we consider very important to the farmers. So we do have products for water conservation, that is we have absorber and okoamaji. We have products for enriching soils, that is asili and earthly, and we have products for enhancing root mass and foliage, that is enhanced. And we have finally, our last area is a focus on safe pest control. We have a neem-based product called Achuk.
Oh, even pest control?
Yes, we do.
Interesting, that's interesting. So when we talk about fertilizers, as a farmer generally, what are you supposed to look out for when you're going for fertilizers?
Most of the farmers that we have interacted with, basically they want to get the yield. So it's more of the production.
Yes.
That's what they're looking for. But again, most farmers always miss out the main point of the soil is the main thing that produces the crops.
Yes.
So we at Organix are actually in a process of ensuring the kind of farmers that we deal with have an understanding of their soil and how best to cater for them so that they have better yields.
Yes. So is that why we have all these products here today?
Yes, that's why you have these products here. Of course, we'll elaborate on what they do and which areas they focus on. But to just mention on the farmers, on the main issues that they look for, currently farmers come across when they have a certain challenge. For example, pest issues, disease issues. But again, what we focus on is ensuring that our soils and our plants are healthy enough to sustain any challenges that might come due to the pest infestation or disease. So that is our main focus.
Oh, okay. So when you talk about pest control and all that, what is it that is in our table here today that we need to use to ensure that our soil is okay when it comes to pests and our crops, even when they're infested? What is it that we need to use so that we can ensure we have the best yields?
For pest control, we have this product. It's called Achuk. It's neem-based product. It's broad spectrum, preventive and curative product. So it helps in controlling insects. That ranges from whiteflies, aphids, including nematodes. Nematodes are actually soil-based, and Achuk works well on that. So it's basically a growth regulator. A growth regulator is a product that works across the 4 stages of an insect. So you have the egg, the larval, the pupa, and the adult stage.
Yes.
So it regulates from the stage where the egg is. It can regulate the egg from not hatching. It can regulate the pupa from not developing into a larva, and the same way to the adult stage.
So how is a farmer advised to use this when you want to control your pest?
First of all, before I mention why the farmer, I also like to mention why Achuk is actually very helpful for the farmer. Achuk is a very safe product, does not harm beneficial pests, for example, like bees. Most of the products in the market actually have an effect on the existing microorganisms in the soil or in the plant that are beneficial.
Yes.
So Achuk does not harm such insects like bees. It has a post-harvest interval of 0 days, which means if you spray Achuk today, you're ready to harvest your skuma wiki in the morning.
Wow, okay.
The market, unlike waiting for like 4 days or a week to be able to harvest your plants. So for Achuk, you apply it, the rate is very slow. It's 1 ml per liter. So if you have this liter, you can actually do 1 spray of a hectare.
Wow, a hectare?
A hectare, 10,000 square meters, 2.5 acres. So this 1 bottle can do 1 spray for that.
Oh, Okay.
So for farmers who actually, most of the time, or most of our farmers do get this, 100 ml of a chook, which is equivalent to 100 liters of water.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Now that is some good information.
Yes, and a chook is one of our best selling product, I'll say, and most accepted by the farmer due to its effectiveness, tested, and most farmers have actually.
Yes. So even as much as we talk about pest, when it comes to your crops, there's adding fertilizers as well. What is the process that one goes through when you want to apply fertilizers on your land, even when it comes to ones that we get from Organix Limited?
Most farmers we have a wide range of products in the country that are used or recommended for planting and top dressing. We at Organix, we have a process that we consider best suited for the farmer. And one of them is before a farmer do any application, we recommend a soil test, which we can also facilitate if needed, but we can also guide the farmers on how to do it, so that when we have the results, we know how best to serve them. What is the challenge in their shamba?
Yes.
And we can recommend the required product. That is for the first process. Secondly, when we look at areas of operation, we always start with water retainers. So these are our two water retainers. This is the 100 grams of absorber and okoa maji. So as the name goes, absorber helps to absorb water. Okoa maji is the same thing. The only difference between these two is the time they take.
So one is faster than the other one?
No, the time it takes once applied. So absorber stays in the soil for up to 5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
Wow.
While okoa maji stays in the soil for up to 1.5 years.
Also, you need like to add more and more.
No, you can't add.
You can't add?
So we recommend the absorber to be used for long-term crops.
Okay.
And okoa maji for short-term crops like vegetables.
Okay, yes.
But basically, these products are applied at the time of planting. That is the most recommended method. So you mix it in the planting hole, then you put your crop, and you get it going.
So once you dig your hole, the absorber, then the seeds.
Yes, exactly. And the absorber, how it works.
Sorry
for that. When it exists in a granule form, so this is how it will look. It's like salt in a way.
Yeah, it looks like salt.
So for trees and most vegetables, I said you apply like a pinch, 20 grams, depending. We have a guide, depending on the crop that you are doing. In your planting hole, then you add the product, you cover, so it expands. Once applied, it expands and absorbs water. For example, here, I have done around half a gram, the absorber, mix it, this was plain water. So when you add it, it expands, and when the need arises, it releases the water.
Oh, okay.
That the main challenge that most of our farmers are facing right now is actually water.
Yes, true, with the scarcity.
Water use is actually affecting competition between domestic use, farm use,
Yes.
industrial use.
Yes.
So having a product that can help to enable farmers to actually reduce the use. For this case, if you use the absorber, you reduce your irrigation frequency by 50%.
50%? Wow.
Which means if you are irrigating once a week, then you'll only be irrigating twice a week.
Yes.
If it's during the rainy season, then you totally don't need to irrigate. Yes. And most of our farmers have a question like, oh, I have water, or it's raining, do I need the absorber? But remember, when it's absorbing, it will also be absorbing your nutrients.
Okay.
I don't know if you have come across the term leaching of nutrients.
Leaching of nutrients. Okay, that's a bit new.
Yes, so when you have applied your fertilizer, and maybe it's raining heavily, there's always that runoff, or sometimes the nutrients go up to the water table.
Yes, down.
Which means that you are losing a lot
of nutrients
that have been applied over time.
Yes.
So when you apply this product, the moment it's retaining water, it's also retaining your nutrients. Which means it's increasing your nutrient use efficiency.
Wow.
And now the nutrients can be used for a longer period than.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So now that we've gotten to the water absorber point, what is the next point that a farmer is going for after?
So after the water absorber, now we go to the nutrients. Because we treat our products or our plants like children. If you have a child, the first thing they normally take is either water or milk. Yes. Then they'll grow, they'll need now food.
Yes.
As they grow older, they'll need something that is more
Yes.
healthy. So after we have provided the water, which is really best, now we provide the nutrients that the plant will need. So we do have two fertilizers, call them two fertilizers. One is called Asil, and one is
Athley.
Yes. So Athley, as the name goes, actually Athley.
Yes.
From Earth. I'll say it's from Earth. So it's humus. It's actually mined from coal deep. So it's 80% humus.
80% humus.
80% humus. It's a very high content of humus. It helps in restoring soil fertility, and it's a dark.
Oh, it looks like coal, yeah.
So someone who has come across humus, he understands it.
Oh, quite soft actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So humus helps to restore soil fertility. We have applied Athley in several farms, and we have seen it working very well. I'll say it's our second moving product so far. Athley can be used on its own. Let's say you apply for vegetables at a gram, or for trees 20. And you can also apply it by mixing it with any synthetic fertilizer that you're using.
Okay.
So it has a coating effect. You mix this with like a kg of Athley into a 50 kg of DAP or CAN, whichever you're doing. It coats it and gives it a slow release of the fertilizer. You see, like the normal fertilizer, when you apply them, they are released easily.
Yes. Yes.
But coating it makes it be released at a very slow.
Oh, so pole pole tu. Pole ikisonga.
Yes, pole pole. So inamaanisha hiyo mbolea itakuwa kwa mchanga for a very long period.
Oh, okay.
And this works well for maize farmers.
Maize farmers, it's the best to go for.
It's the best to go for. If you are doing any synthetic, or you want to cut down your cost on some, it really does well. And it's very cost effective. Athley is actually 1 kg of this is an equivalent to up to 30 tons of manure.
30 tons. Okay, that's saving a lot.
That's saving a lot.
Yes.
That's saving a lot. If you have manure, when it decomposes, it produces. So at the moment, if you have to decompose 30 tons of manure down to humus, this is what you'll end up with.
Oh, okay.
This is like pure humus.
Yes.
It is, but we also need to understand that humus, like manure, have the organic bit or the nitrogen bit, but humus only helps to unlock the nutrients. It acts like a chelating agent.
Okay, I'm learning some new stuff.
It acts like a chelating agent. Like if nutrients are locked in the soil due to maybe the metals in the soil, or you have been applying salty water that in a way lock the nutrients, applying Athley helps.
It opens up everything in the soils.
It enhances cation exchange in the soil, so that the nutrients are readily available for use by the plant.
Oh, now that's some interesting information. That's for Athley.
Yeah, that's for Athley. Then we have Asili. So asili, as its name goes, in Kiswahili, asili is something that is indigenous or something that is ours. Asili comes from 18 natural ingredients of plant extract. 18? 18. Plant extract. So for me, it's always like, inatoka kwa mimea ya kiasili. We have cashew, we have neem, we have sesame, the simsim.
Yeah, sesame is simsim. Yes.
So these are the ingredients that make asili. Now helps it basically acts as a soil conditioner. For normal farmers, they mainly use it for top dressing.
After you've put everything now, juu.
Yes, you top dress kando ya
plants.
Yeah, it really works, and it has an effect of, maybe if you top dress your vegetables of tomato, within 2 weeks you will be able to see
a difference in your produce.
So asili undergoes in situ decomposition. So in situ decomposition is the decomposition that occurs in the environment after you have put.
Okay.
So the product is an extract of several plant materials. Once put in the soil and added with some water, it starts to decompose, which in a way raises the temperature of the soil, releasing a greenhouse effect.
Okay. So I'm going to stop you there because I see I'm learning a lot of new things. You're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back to understand what happens if I put this in plenty or I put kidogo, then what happens to my produce. You're going to be right back.
Despite being visually impaired, he is a jack of all trades. It is our quest to find answers on how to take care of children with special needs and those with disability. You do not need to see musical notes to understand music, but rather to have your soul feel the vibe.
Actually, for us to make a wheelchair, we have to take measurements of the user.
After doing my assessment, I get to know the parent, I get to know the heaviness she's carrying.
Disability comes at different stages of life.
How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga,
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The next set of millionaires are farmers. As we know, agriculture has been and still is the backbone of our economy. As we traverse the different counties to meet different farmers, we ensure to get the story of how they started farming and even how they continue to penetrate the market and overcome the challenges.
Hapa, the reason why niliweka goose na si ducks. Goose, they are very easy to maintain.
A lot of farmers keep on calling, inquiring whether you're supposed to raise some seeds in the nursery or you're supposed to do them directly in the field.
The greenhouse helps us control the temperature because the temperature needs to be between 28 to 32 degrees.
Walk this journey with us every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. It's no secret, construction ain't cheap. But how?
Hi and welcome back to KILIMO Diaries. My name is Violet Njaki and today I'm joined by Noel from Organix Limited, and she's been teaching us a lot about preparing your soil for planting, also what you need to get the best produce out of your soil. She's talked about the fertilizers, water absorbers. They have different kind of fertilizers from Earthly. It helps to save a lot. If you hear the percentage that she's talking about here, yeah, learning quite a lot. I'm about opening my kitchen garden, so I think I'm at the right place today. Definitely. So Noel, when you talk about even the fertilizers and the absorbers that we use, what happens when you use them in plenty or in less portions? What happens to our produce then?
Our products are natural products, so they don't have any negative effect if applied in plenty.
Okay.
Applied in plenty. If applied in low quantity, it means that definitely you'll not get the best results if you apply them in less, or not as recommended, depending on your package that you have.
Yes. So we've talked about the water absorbers and even the fertilizers, but we talked about farms in big, large scale. What happens to a person who has a kitchen garden? Do they also have the option of using these products?
Yes, they do. We deal with the kind of operation that you work with. If you must know, we deal with floricultural farms. Those are really big farms. We deal with horticultural big farms, and we also deal with farmers who are doing kitchen gardening. For example, what you're doing here is actually a demonstration of vertical farming. You can do on your balcony or anywhere you want. So for kitchen gardening, we do have packages. Clients may choose to purchase the small units of the product, but also to make it easy, we actually have a starter pack. So our starter pack contains the 4 main areas of our water. So we have products for soil, have products for enhancing roots, and we also have products for pest control, which a client who is doing a small kitchen garden, and a balcony, use them on. Apart from that, we do have a potting soil.
So that's for pots. Potting soil. Yes.
Potted plants. We'll be glad to actually let you know that this is one of a product that we have prepared recently, past few years as Organix. And it has seemed to work well. Done a trial on it ourselves. Part of what we do. We try our products so to ensure that they are good market before we release them to the market. So our potting soil, one bag, you fill your pot and you water it. The plant you just thrive. What you need is later, probably if you have issues with pest control in future, then you can manage that.
So are your products that you have, are they limited to the type of crops that you can use the fertilizers on? Like this one, I can only use it for spinach, I can only use it for maize, or how does it work?
Our products covers across all range of products that you're doing, be it lawns, you're even dealing with grass, landscaping and gardening. That's also something you're working on. Fruit trees and crops, vegetables. We deal with all of them, but some may vary on the stage of the crop. Like our water retainers are mainly used at planting.
Yes.
Soil products we can recommend a quarterly or a monthly top dress, depending, but still they work on all the crops.
And what is the difference of using this kind of fertilizers and animal manure waste? Is there a difference in using those kinds?
I'll say when you talk of animal manure, I remember what's happening in the country.
Yes.
So most people, when you say organic, they consider animal manure. That is organic. Everyone knows that is organic.
Yes.
But animal manure is good.
Yes.
For someone who is comfortable with it or has access, ready access to it to use. But you also mostly advocate for plant-based compost. Because plant-based compost does not have many residues, like we don't know what a cow ate.
Yes.
For the poo, which means that there might be metals, there might be seeds that they are bringing in, there might be some diseases that are coming in. We do advocate for that. But for our products, we don't really do a comparison of what you're doing with animal manure, and that is not our business. Our main point is to ensure that the products actually work well and they serve the client to the best. As I had mentioned, we have a product that can alternate for animal manure.
Okay. So for a company that deals mostly with fertilizers and stuff that helps the soil to get more nutrients and all that, what is that mistake that farmers make when they're going to buy fertilizers that they commonly make that it makes their yields not be that productive?
Most farmers don't do a research, a review of what they are going to grow. Like I understand most people will hear avocado is the gold of Africa.
Go for it.
It's planting avocado. Yes. Or one day you'll be in a discussion, someone says onions are really good and they last 6 months after. You can even keep them for 6 months and the farmers will do it. Or but going to the agrovet, they never get the information of what is really needed to grow that crop. What is important or what is the required probably climatic zones for the crop to thrive well.
Yes.
People tend to standardize the nutrients that are needed, not minding the stages at which these nutrients might be important to grow. That is the main challenge.
Wow. Interesting. It's because our goal is to make sure that farming is kulima si ushamba. That is what we say. Kulima si ushamba. Yes.
And of course, of partnership, we are working with we have recently joined an organization called 1% for the Planet. So 1% for the Planet is an organization that brings together businesses, individual entrepreneurs, or let's say communities that are promoting enhancing our planet health.
Yes.
The environment rather. So these are individuals that are donating 1% of their income, businesses, of whatever you're earning from a day to day, just promoting to ensure that you give back a 1% of you to back to the planet.
Yes. So when you were talking about all the fertilizers and all the products that we have when it comes to helping the soil and all that, are we limited to the cash crops that we are used to, the maize, the beans, the spinach? What's when it comes to herbs? Can we also use the fertilizers when it comes to growing such?
Definitely. Like you can cut across for product that you're using for consumption, for anything that you're using for sale, it's totally okay for anyone to use them. But most importantly, when we say about consumption, is that the safety, because we also promote like safety of food and food safety at large.
Yes.
So safety of the inputs that you're using really affects what you take in. And talking of the challenge that we're facing right now in the health sector, people are actually spending a lot of money going to the hospital that have just been minimized by eating healthy. So also that bit that we really promote or support for people to consider.
So that is why we say that even when you're using fertilizers, organic is also a bit of recommended than the synthetic, or?
I'll not say organic or synthetic, I'll say a sustainable. A product can be a safe synthetic.
It can?
Yeah.
Wow.
There are labels of products, like for example, pesticide, there are those that are hazardous, there are those that can be safe. For us, we do promote a product that is environment friendly, that is safe for you. You can touch the product you're applying and does not cause any harm. You can apply on your crops and it doesn't burn or cause anything. You can consume like 8 hours after application and you still feel healthy. So that is what we are looking at, sustainable. Yes. And nothing, organic is good, and we also will be happy for people to do that. Again, it's not easy for our country where we are now to move into organic. So it will take time, and that time is what we are actually willing to work with farmers to get there.
So when it comes to the products that you have, what are some of the benefits that farmers will have when it comes to using the types of products? Will their nutrients in the plants, will they increase, or what happens?
We'll start with what is the main thing that farmers want, the yield. The yield will do. We have worked with our products and the production is high. We have tested some of the products and to just check the yield as compared to using only probably the normal application rate and adding a percentage of hours, the yield goes up. So the yield will do well. And also the post-harvest interval, let's say for an export market, person who's doing avocado for export French beans, there's always that bit of residues in the product. So our products offers inputs that do not have any residues and you don't have any challenges that you can go and test with KFIS or whichever board that you're using, that the products are safe for export and for consumption.
So even as we talk about the products that you have, I've seen different types of sizes, different packaging. When it comes to pricing the products, if a farmer wants to get a hold of your products, what are the prices that you offer? And what is the payment plan that you give?
So for prices, they'll vary. We have a range of products. I may not be able to state all of them, but the prices offer depending on the package that you're getting. So I'll just do an example of one product. For example, this soba, a kg, it goes for 32.50.
And how long will that last you?
So a kg will plant 50 trees of avocado. Let's say 50 trees of avocado and will last you for 5 years.
5 years, yes.
55 to plant 50 plants, 5 years. There'll be that probably quarterly top dress, but again you have saved on nutrients and the water.
Wow, okay.
An example, but the other products, the price ranges are almost there. The pack, the starter pack is 1,500. Example, the Enhance. We have not talked anything about Enhance.
What is Enhance?
Enhance is a seaweed extract.
Seaweed extract.
Seaweed are known to release hormones. Or have you ever seen a seaweed anywhere at the river? They grow very fast.
Yes, very fast. Yes.
Those hormones are what has extracted this seaweed extract, the Exclonia maxima, actually. So it has auxins and cytokinins that promote cell elongation and cell division, which means that the root mass will develop more, and also the foliage mass will be more. It's at as a drench and as a foliar application.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
$55.90 for a liter.
So if someone wants to pay for it, do you have a payment plan, or you just, as you purchase?
Pay through bank, a bank transfer. You can pay by check if you're comfortable with that. We do also have M-Pesa, till number. And for clients who walk in, of course, we also receive cash payment.
Thank you so much, Noel, for your insights. We've said that if someone wants your product, they can also walk in, but you've not told them where they can get you or your phone number.
Sorry, we are in Gara. We are located along Mishembi Road, in between Steamer Circle and Mishembi Guest House.
Okay. And do you have a phone number that can contact with you?
I do have a phone number. I'll give my direct numbers. Much easier, so it's 0714 33 8576. And also get to us on email at sales@organix-agro.com or eco@organix-agro.com.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, well, you've also taught us a lot about preparing your land and making it healthy, making sure that you get the best of the yields and products that you need. Thank you so much.
Someone else also picked something.
Yes.
It's a learning process that
yes.
you learn from it now.
Yes. I hope you've learned a lot today, all about fertilizers, water absorbers, and a lot of things today when it comes to saving, when it comes to giving the best to your yields and getting the best out of your products. Well, that is all we had for you here today on KILIMO Diaries at Organix Limited. I've learned quite a lot now. We're going to showcase some of the products